So welcome back to Missy and her retraining. We're heading off down to the school and I'm pretty sure we are on day 4 under saddle riding her now.
Harry Hound. Good girlie. She just looks like more chilled out every time. Winnie! Maybe not that close behind us, sweetie. Come this way. Ooh. Stay out there, dogs.
I think it's the first time she's properly
Acknowledge that that's her reflection.
seen herself, because she's always been too bothered about other things. See? It's you. Yeah.
Aren't you pretty?
And it took you like 3 days. How have I not seen myself before?
Aren't you beautiful?
Right.
Good girl.
You're fine. There's another horse got there, didn't you? I promise. Be good and be nice, alright?
Aww.
So we're up on board again. I just gave her a walk around the school as you saw there, just to see how she seemed, and she was really relaxed. You know, she'd had a look at herself in the mirror, no dramas. She always stands great for the mounting block and then just goes to walk away, which I let her do. I haven't kind of said, no, you're not walking away, because at the end of the day, I want her to be enjoying her work. So I want her to kind of be thinking, right, you know, let's get on with it, as long as it's walking off calmly. So here we go. Had a little bit of a moment. So she'd walked around really nicely up until that point. And then I can just feel, you can see there, the head going a little bit and the tension starts coming in. Now, it was at the point really where, and again, I wasn't sure which way it was going to go today. She'd walked down so good. So we start having a little jog. And I just want to see if just maybe going a little bit more forward will help. And then obviously not. So, you know, she does get a bit of a yank there, because I'm not having, you know, I'm not going to end up on the floor if I can help it. I don't want her exploding and being stupid and prattling about underneath me. You know, I'm here to help her, and I don't expect her to be an absolute witch to me. You can see there's just strop, strop, strop. So it's kind of like, right, which way do we play this? Now, it can kind of go two ways, really. I either kind of get off and go, right, for whatever reason, today's not working, or, which I'm doing, I carry on. Now, I actually felt that although she was being a bit of a cow back there, it was a bit more of a test to see exactly how I was going to react. Now, what I've done there is that's actually me stopping her. Because she'd walked around okay, I wanted her to stop and then me to ask her to walk forward, just so she realised that it wasn't her dictating absolutely everything to me while I was on board her this morning, because that's what she was trying to do. And again, she's just having little moments. I'm like, nope, I'm not reacting. You know, there is absolutely no point in me fighting with her, because if I fight with her, I'm not going to win. And then all I'm going to do is end up, in a way, annoying her, getting on the wrong side of her. So it's kind of a bit of a silent battle of wills here, really. Equally, I'm not wanting to let her just get her own way. You can see just little strops there. You know what I mean? Just little stompy bits on the feet. And yeah, she's just been a general pain. But I don't want to react to her. You know, I don't want to let her get away with it. but equally I don't want to react badly with her. So all I'm doing is just sitting there going, well, no. And, you know, you're not treating me like that. You're not kind of dictating everything to me. It's not happening. So I've asked her for a little jog, and you can see she's kind of, you know, she's not wanting to give me anything at all. And in the previous video, she's such a stroppy madam. In the previous video that hopefully you might have watched with the 3 mares, she was actually, you know, a lot more settled than this, and she was moving away. I will give her it. She's had 2 days off over the weekend where she didn't get ridden, and you know, she'd been on the walker, but that's it. And we hadn't walked her loads. She'd just been out for a leg stretch. So I can kind of in a way give her a little bit of, you know, maybe a little bit fresh, but it's not, to me it doesn't feel like freshness. It's kind of having a strop at me, is the best way I can describe it. So you'll see, you know, I'm kind of giving her little strokes up the neck, just kind of encouraging, just completely ignoring the fact that she's been an absolute witch to me, and wanting to, you know, just be as awkward as she possibly can be. She's just like, nope. So I've obviously just, yeah, I'm in the bad books with her today. But all I want to get out today is to finish on a good note now. I'm just trying to kind of get a little bit out of her, as much as she'll let me, and then kind of leave it at that. Because when you're in these situations with them, there is no point at all in trying to kind of, you know, really work her like this at the moment. She's in the wrong place. She's in the wrong headspace. I've kind of got to rein it back in and kind of get her back on side a little bit before I ask for too much. So I've just been really sweetly with her, and basically just trying to, you see again, I'm just constantly having little strokes at the neck with her. I'm not letting the handbrake off too much. I've kind of just got enough there that if she is going to do anything, hopefully I'll be able to stay on. But I'm not feeling that she is now. I just feel that, yeah, I've got a bit of a stroppy mare underneath me today. So yeah, this is what we're kind of doing. And you'll see she's actually moving out in the trot not too bad considering how she has been. And if you remember when we first started, the trot was horrific. She just, you know, she looked lame. She looked awful. And I'm getting there, you know, there's little snippets there where she actually kind of drops her head down a little bit, has a little bit of nice movement, and then she kind of backs off and goes, nope, can't possibly. So I'm just taking what I can out of this session, really. And as I say, it's a bit of one of those where it's a learning curve, I think, today for me and her, to kind of see where we're at with each other. She just kind of, yeah, trips up on her back end there. And that's just kind of her not really concentrating, you know, and a little bit of, oh, couldn't be bothered, you know, listening to me. And then she just fell apart a little bit. So I've just stopped trotting to change the rein, because what I don't want to do is keep trotting and changing the rein, because the mood that she's in. I'd rather stop, have a little walk. We know that having some of these little walk sessions does actually relax. So you can see the walk was nice and relaxed as we changed the rein. Now we've picked up the trot, we've got that silly little choppy trot again. It's almost as if we kind of, as soon as we change something, we go back to square one, and she's again having just little moments with me, just being stroppy mare. So I'm just sitting quietly, completely ignoring her, and just going as much as we can. You know, if she'd have completely down tools with me, then I'd have stopped. It wouldn't have made any difference. But I just felt that I could get something out of it today. I just felt it was a bit of a test for me. And, you know, like I say, if you just watch there, she does start to relax a little bit. And as soon as she kind of just lets me in a little bit more, she moves so much better. And it's just convincing her that actually I am all right, I'm not going to react to you, and we are going to get through this. They're so special, mares. So special. It's like you take one step forward, 2 steps back, and it's all on their terms. Every bit of it. So yeah, good girl. She relaxes, head down. So today it was all intentions of actually coming down and getting straight on. That's kind of where I wanted to be today. Unfortunately, when we set off down the track, there was somebody out hacking down the lane and leading one. So that kind of, she was like, I can hear something moving, you know, I can hear them trotting away. So that wasn't the best thing for us. So I'm just giving her a walk round because there was no point in me attempting to get on her when she was in that mood. You know, when she was, the anxiety levels were at a high there. She'd also spotted the 2 boys in the field eating their hay. Now, usually they are in when she's working. So again, it was just something else that she was like, oh, ears pricked, having a look. Something's different here today. So yeah, anxiety levels just up a little bit. And when they're up like that, there's no point in getting on these horses and expecting them to try and concentrate and work. Not going to happen. You're going to end up in a battle. Hence why we walked around a little bit first. And now that she seems to have relaxed and switched off and, you know, taken everything in, that nothing's out there that's kind of going to be scary or make her stupid, I'll take the lunge line off and I'll get on her and see what we have today.
Now she's kind of like, what are we doing? Why aren't you getting on me?
It's too much for the brain to take in.
The horse hacking past and 2 geldings out in the field. It's just too much.
The head's dropped. Hello. You now. Oh, Jesus. Come on.
So off we go, ready to get on board. You can see she's walking away there, really chilled. You know, there's not really a march. She's just relaxed. She's soft. She's long. She's floppy. So complete different horse to the one that I brought in. And actually, you know, you wouldn't see how she was reactive to everything. We didn't have that on video, and I wish we kind of had, because it would have just shown the difference. But like I say, there's no point in battling with them. It was the wrong time to get on her, so I didn't. And there's been plenty of times with horses when we're retraining them that I actually bring them down to the school and I take them back because it's not going to work that day. So you see, we've got a lovely relaxed walk. Now she has got a cracking walk where she is quite relaxed with it, so hopefully we can get a bit more out of the trot today. And you can see we've just started again, that usual bit of a choppy trot going on. But at the moment we don't get the strops, and that's the main thing. And actually feeling her today, this is why I quite like explaining everything, because you can see what she looks like, but I feel it's quite important for me to kind of feel, you know, let you know how I feel what she's like. So although it was choppy and, you know, it doesn't look like much, she's a lot more relaxed, a lot more relaxed, and I feel that I can get a little bit more out of her today. So what I start trying to do is just playing around with the handbrake, and then the horse comes back up the road. So it's kind of just as I feel we're getting started, we have to stop. Now, in a way, it could be quite a good test for her, because is she going to be able to kind of just chill out while the horses go past? Is she going to use that as an excuse? Is she going to allow me to continue working her afterwards, or is that it? The good thing is we know that she's quite good at kind of having some nice relaxing walk bits in between. And then the head goes down, and I must admit my heart went in my mouth. I was like, oh, the head's going. And I just wasn't quite ready for it. And then she starts having a little scratch, and I'm like, okay. And then she walks off. And that actually, to me then, apart from when I was like, oh God, it made me realise how relaxed she was. You know, she was like perfectly happy just to stop, have a little scratch and walk on again. So I just keep walking her around until the horse is out of view, more so as well that we can't hear them trotting along on the roads, because I want to put her back into that frame of mind that I want and need her to be in if I'm going to try and get anything else further along in our retraining out of her today. So you see again the walk, nice and relaxed, get her ready for the trot. Every time you go to get her ready for the trot, the anxiety levels come up. It's like she's always expecting something. But so far, she's always contained that. We haven't cantered yet still. And, you know, like today, there's no way she feels like a horse that I would want to be cantering yet at the moment. So we're just sticking with the trot work. There you can see she's pulling me a little bit, kind of trying to yank a little bit yank at my hands. Now I'm feeling that she just wants me to allow her to open up, which is nice that she wants to try. I've just got to make sure that I don't allow her too much, and then she kind of gets herself in a little bit of a pickle and gets herself all scared and upset and can't cope with it all. So it's, again, just finding that balance between me and her as to how comfortable and relaxed I can get her into the trot. And we've actually changed the rein in trot today. You see, she's a little bit uptight there, but actually for once she doesn't feel as uptight as she looks. She actually felt a lot more relaxed. It's still very much, I do feel like her passenger, and but I do feel like she's trying to listen to me. And there we're just kind of getting a little bit more feel of each other in the trot, and feel like I can just allow her to open up that little bit more. And she just carries her head down a little bit softer, and then it'll just allow her to feel a lot better. There we go. It's coming, and hopefully everyone can see it. And sometimes I have to watch back to those real videos at the start that we see to realise how far we've come, because you don't always see it, especially if somebody kind of just jumps in now and sees it as it is. But again, just starting there, that's lovely. Look at that coming. I'm just starting as well to allow her to kind of come onto a circle now, so we're not just going around the outside of the school. I want to start introducing a little bit more for her, and then I quit while I'm ahead. She's felt good, she's felt amazing. I had some real nice trot work there, which hopefully you could see on that circle especially, and really pleased with her. And again, look at that walk, so chilled, so relaxed, so switched off. Absolutely perfect for what we needed it to be today. Super proud of her, really pleased. Big pats, and then she can go out into the paddock again. What a good girl. Happy pony. This is the test. Now she should just walk away and put her head down. Yes. And that is the way it should be. Lola, out. So this will be our 6th ride on Missy, and I'm getting straight on. I've walked straight down from the yard and straight on, and you can see she walks away nice and quietly, relaxed. I'm really happy with her. She feels good today. She does feel good today. Stops, had a little look. I just encourage her off. I do hope that it hasn't been too much having the 3 videos all in one of her sessions here, but they were quite short, and I thought it was quite nice just to put them all together and see kind of how we started on session 4 to how we finished on session 6. She's only been with us for 2.5 weeks, and I think we've come quite a long way, considering what she was like when she came to me. You see there, she's walking out lovely. The plan now is just to try and keep her as relaxed as possible still. Her walk's great. What I want to do now is get the trot a little bit more like how we've got the walk there, where she's a lot softer in her neck and a lot longer in her neck. So, you know, I want to encourage her just to stretch out and down a little bit more when we're trotting. Because obviously we have these moments when we start a trotting, which, here we go, you know, we have that choppiness, which she still has. It's improving all the time. I think as her confidence in herself comes back, you know, she will keep improving here. And also, I've got to say, you know, my confidence in her, because she hasn't been easy, and she has tested me a few times, and there's been moments when I've thought, right, what have I got here today? But you see, she's trotting out nicely, she's relaxed, and this is what we've been aiming for the whole time. And for me to get straight on her today and do this, I'm really pleased, and she's given me such a good feel now. Probably for the first time, I feel like I'm actually starting to ride her, and she's actually starting to let me ride her. There we go. Just, can you see where she just tiny little bit, where she just drops her head down just a little bit more? We kind of, as if she has that little stretch. She's not snatching like she was. She sometimes, in a way, goes in a little bit too much of an advanced style, where, you know, I don't really want her to be carrying herself as well as this, really, at the moment. I would much rather she be a little bit softer and a little bit floppier, a little bit longer, instead of kind of having that carriage that she's got. You know, the way she looks very good. She looks like, you know, we could nearly take her out into a dressage arena, and, you know, she certainly wouldn't look out of place. But she needs to just let down a little bit more. So I'm obviously changing the rein in trot on her today. And as we change, you'll just see she kind of just backs off a little bit. I did slow her around as I went around the corner, because I could just feel her taking me a little bit across the diagonal. And as I then slowed her down, she was a bit like, well, okay, I'll really come back to you. I'm like, no, you can still move forward. Let's just kind of do it on my terms. So, you know, she's just got to rebalance herself a little bit after we've changed the rein. So I let her have a moment, as long as they're good moments, you know, and she's not going to do anything nasty or silly or stupid, which, as I said, I don't actually think she's going to. She's given me a good feel there. Good girl, Missy. You can just see little snippets just come where the trot just really starts to relax a little bit. There we go, come on. She's trying. And a lot of people say, oh, you know, they're messing with the heads, they're messing with the mouths. They're trying to balance themselves and us. And the best thing we can do is allow them to do that. You know, instead of yanking them around and pulling them everywhere, just allow, that's what I'm after. That little bit of the stretch is what I'm after. And that's what I want to aim for. You know, that's going to be next week, hopefully. Good girl. And she's getting more confident. The more confident she gets in herself, the better it'll all be. I think she'd wound herself up so much that she just had lacked any confidence. There was just nothing left there for her, which is why she was on the defensive all the time. So short, sweet, that's it. We're finished. We're done. So happy.
Hello, hello, hello. Good girl. Ready? Your arms up. I had a good ride. Come here, you're not going that way now. We're going back in. Come on. First time going straight on her. Had a nice little trot, really relaxed. Bit while we're ahead. Bring her back in now and untap her, and then she can go back out in the paddock. Really pleased. Good girl. Really? We are definitely making progress. Let's hope it does continue. Come on in. Good girl. Well done. There we go. Say hi to everybody. Yeah?